So we'll walk in, we'll start over to the right. This is the area where they kept the food supply. And in here is where they kept the prisoners of war. And it's the dungeon, it's called the dungeon. Let me see here. They have they've been chained up and shackled right here. They wouldn't have been able to move just for a couple of feet and use the restroom buckets. And this is, you can see, I'm not very tall and I can touch the ceiling here. And the chains, they had chains all around here. And when I walk through, I'm maybe 5'8.5", 5'9" at the most. And I have to duck. And these people were not tall back then. And we'll walk up here. This is where the soldiers would go out to. If enemy was approaching, they would be able to climb out here and make it out over to the right. We can't go outside right now, it's locked, but they would go to the right where the cannons are and be able to fire at the enemy approaching from the bay there, from the ocean. So the middle here, right there is where we came out of, where the food supply and the prisoners of war. Right here is where the militia would have slept. This equipment would, I believe this equipment would have been in the room over where the food supply was, or they would have been up top where the cannons, where they had the cannons. And I'm sure there was I was told they would not be in here. And this is, everything is original except for the artifacts and stuff. Not original, but the work, everything else is exactly how it was. If you notice, there's no fireplace in here. The fireplace, the chimney is right there, but it's on the other side. The fireplace is where the officers' quarters would be. And we'll go over there in a minute. But if there was, they would cook their food, the militia would cook their food out here. And if there was not room enough inside here for any of the militia, they would have tents, they'd pitch tents out here and sleep right out here. So now we'll go into the first room here. It's on the left, which is the officers' quarters. This is the original chimney, and it still works. Everything in here is exactly how it would have was when you were using this, except for the artifacts. The bed is not, they don't know if it's exactly from that time, but they don't know exactly when this bed was made, but they don't believe that this is original from here, but they do believe it is from that time, from the 1600s or maybe the 1800s. They're not exactly sure. And this, same with this trolley, dolly, whatever, but it's just, they call it a trolley. This is, I'm not sure if this is original or not. It says antique 19th century powder trolley, so I guess it is. And everything is wood. They hauled the gunpowder on this, so they did not use any metal in there because one spark would ignite and cause a lot of damage. And so right there on the right is where they kept the prisoners of war and the food. And that stairway that went up to the top, when the enemy would come right from be spotted out here, they would be able to come up through that stairway. There's a door over on that same door that we couldn't get out. They would come out And they'd be able to go to the cannons right here. And as you see, there's the chimney, but it's buried in the ground, so the enemy from the ocean would not be able to see this. And this is where we walked up the stairs, where they would come out and head to the cannons and protect the fort.